This is one.
Signed.
You got it signed? Oh.
A classic.
DeAndre Jordan on
It's the last, remember I told you that year that I did it with the cars? That's this. That's this year right here. DJ Augustine on the front cover.
Look at that.
Inside of that, each one of them is inside with a car at another spot.
They got their own car.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
Oh no, this is nice.
That's some good stuff right there, man.
No, this is nice. See, this is basketball history.
Coach,
come on, man.
Understand something. I want you to see something before we get started. And
2005, 2006, 2006, 2007.
Man, don't tell me. Oh, there you go. I know I ain't left the most important one.
Hold on.
The first ever copy of the magazine.
Hold on. Let me see that. Let me see.
Signed. That. Daniel Gibson, Juwan McClellan, signed.
Hold on, when they were
autographed,
kids?
Yeah.
You had them signed when they were kids?
They went going 11th grade and 12th grade. That's the first ever copy of the magazine.
Man, look at this.
The first ever copy of the magazine. 2003.
Hold on.
Was the first copy of the magazine.
Look at that. This is thick too. Look at, oh wow. This is good stuff. There he is, Kendrick Perkins. So those are mine right there. Those are the ones I'm taking home.
No.
Hold on, where's my stack?
God damn it, I forgot.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I might have. God damn it, I did.
Give me one.
And I forgot the new one in my office. But I got an extra copy of one that's signed. I got to look at it and see which one it is.
Okay.
And you take. God damn it.
You good? Let's see.
Look at this.
Look at that. Man, what? 2004, 2000.
Yeah, that's the only copy with 3 A-Leaf guys on the front cover. So you can send that to them guys. They talking about the A-Leaf players. Look, Chimalu, Fendi, and Martellus Bennett all on the cover. 2005. I didn't have Gerald Green on here because Gerald Green had yet, you know what I'm saying? He had yet to play. I never put a player on the cover that hadn't played yet at the school. That was the rumor. And Gary Johnson is the only player to be on 3 magazines.
You got the real, this is the real deal?
It's real shit now.
Come on.
I got, this is.
You got write-ups on each.
What do you mean, man?
You got junior college, degree. Come on, man.
Tommy Griffin and this is the only player, this white kid, Jesse Sanders. He's the only player in the history of Division I to do a triple-double in 4 straight years. This white kid went to Liberty. Nobody's never done it, and he won't do it since because you're gonna go pro if you can do it in 1 year or 2 years in a row.
This is so thick.
Here's Ray Penn, Tommy Mason Griffin, right here, 2008. This kid right here is homeless. Right here, he's probably downtown. He's homeless. I got pictures in my phone of him.
Seriously?
No, he's seriously homeless.
Wow.
Eric Williams from Toby Ayitaji. Toby, man. Toby was look at different themes. Yes, there go another one right there. Toby in the center. Snap Peters, Joe Young, all of them right there on the front. Then you come out of that millennium. Come on, man. I just want to get your feet with it. That way you understand what you're dealing with. That way you can hold that shit and throw them through it. You talking about this 2010.
Hey, look at that cover, though.
Look, LJ Rose, Rasheed Suleiman, Cam Ridley, Teron Pettaway, fucking Sheldon McClellan, D'Angelo Harrison.
LJ worked for the Rockets, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Legend Rose, son.
Yeah.
This is.
Okay. See, that go one of those things. I don't got the history, but I met him on the back end.
Oh, it's all right here. The history's all right here. Look at that. Top 100 sophomores, top 100 juniors. 2010, 2011. This the real deal.
No, I mean, this your pre-stuff. You're getting this right here. You're getting, look,
This is.
I'm rolling.
Hey, look.
I just don't want to
Oh, no. I got your intro.
So,
I got your intro.
This right here is what I wish more people would do. I did this back in 2012.
Okay.
I went and I asked college coaches, like mirror on the wall,
Yeah.
which national scouting recruiting service do you consider pound for pound the best covering national prospects? And the ones you respect, they're gonna respond. which regional do you which all that right there. I asked them questions, and at the time, 'cause I wanted to know. I was 10, 12 years in deep. I want to know what I need to do, who they respect out there, so I know who to get up under when I go in them gyms.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying. You might be up under the wrong motherfucker.
Dave Taleb. That's
Dave tell you work for the Spurs now.
Come on, man. That's the name that I know when I was a player.
This right here was during the lockout. Look at my theme.
Yeah.
Look at my theme. What lockout?
I love
the change. You remember the NBA lockout? I had look. This was a hell of a class. Now, look at all them guys. Now they got the Harrison twins, Damian Dotson. That's Frank Rutherford kid. That's another one of Bahamas kids right there. That's Chicken Nose.
Yeah.
Who's that back there? Oh, there go LJ too again. Rashid Suleiman.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Daniel House, number 23. All of them on the front cover.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Heavy. Y'all can't. You can only see the cover. This is heavy, like quality.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a quality magazine. You didn't just throw this together. What?
The first ever show that you call a podcast.
Yeah.
But back then they had rules. Podcast wasn't you couldn't call into a podcast.
Why not?
Because you didn't have the technology back then.
Oh, okay.
Nobody could have fucking call in while you filming back then. And I had the first ever podcast in the history of the United States. It was in 2007. You didn't have the bandwidth to do no shit in 2000. People actually called in while we were live every Wednesday night. Seriously. So it was called thebasketballshow.com.
Yeah. Look at that.
First it was called Nothing But Net. But then you start realizing you could start Googling stuff.
Yeah.
That it was a bunch of nothing but nets.
Right.
So then he made the white guy, he owned the URLs in the studio. He already had the equipment. That's all he did, big nerd. Basketballshow.com, that was the website, but nobody had to. This right here, a classic. One of Ricky Seals Jones, remember him? Averaged about 35 a game. Committed to Texas, and ended up going to A&M. Made people mad as hell from Sealy, Texas. Bad boy right there, 2 sports. You got what's the high flying Derek Griffin?
Yeah.
Oh man. So that means these were two of the top 10 football, basketball guys probably in pound for pound in modern day history of this city.
Yeah.
Was these 2 of them, about at least 10. Look, Justin Jackson.
That is Justin.
The Harrison twins, Jonathan Motley. Man, this is some Justice Winslow. You had about, on this front cover, you got like 5 guys playing in the NBA.
You do.
It's classic, man.
You do.
Oh man, and then I backdoored that one with this one. This was some of my best work right here. This was an actual auditorium of one of the high schools.
Yeah.
I did girls and put girls on the front cover.
Yeah.
So I had the girls and the boys mixed up like with the movie theater, win the theme, when it got all the stuff. So I'm the one that would think of all the themes.
Yeah.
Then my photo guy put it together. Different shits. Good stuff, man.
This is nice.
This is Charles Campbell, on the court, off the court. I'm in, as you can see behind me, the beautiful Houston, Texas. And we got a legend. We have a real basketball legend. Jim Hicks. Cheat. Where did the name Cheat come from? Where did Cheat?
It ain't not me.
Where did Cheat come from?
Oh man, Cheat. It's amazing that a lot of college coaches didn't know my name.
Right.
5 years in, 10 years in, all they knew was Cheat Sheet. Back in the days when I started the scouting service, I think about my spiritual upbringing.
Yeah.
That when you go to church, the programs would fold over and you can almost put them in your back pocket.
Yeah.
If you happen to wear some Levi's or something them days, you dig? So I would put the players' intel in one of those booklets, and we called it the recruiter's cheat sheet.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you didn't even know this. I might have the very first, I knew you were gonna ask me this. I knew you was. I know you like a book. The very first recruiter's cheat sheet.
Hold on,
in my pocket. I swear to you. I knew you was gonna ask me this. I swear.
Yo, this is crazy.
That's the very
2001, 2002.
Yeah.
Annual recruiting guide. Look at it, just names.
Yeah.
Where they sign, top 30, comments. Listen, man.
Yeah, that's what's back then.
The basketball historian in me is going crazy. This is crazy because Houston is one of those cities that, you know, it means a lot to culture, black culture.
Yeah.
Music, fashion, but basketball. A lot of guys from Houston, and you've seen a lot of them, especially in high school. So we went and got something to eat before this, and we talked about how you got started. You got to run that. You got to run that back for us. You got to take us to the beginning of Jim Hicks and basketball.
Oh man, that's the turn of the millennium, and so you're going all the way back to 25 years to 2000. A lot of these kids that's watching the show right now wasn't even born.
Yeah.
You know, and I volunteered as a summer coach for 2 summers, and it was under the program that my cousins, Wayne Jones, Ronald Lewis, Ray Lewis, and Jerome Lewis, they all had called Houston Amateur Athletic Youth. People on the streets knew the acronym as Hay Select, Haay. So people knew Hay Select. It was one of the more notable independent teams back in the area. So my cousin convinced me to go and coach a team, give back to the community. And I put this team together in about 1 month. And we made a little noise. That was summer 2000. And
I was 15, by the way. I was 15 years old.
You was 9th grade. You was 15 and under. That was the age of this team that I was coaching. And this team, I only had 1 month to put a team together, literally.
Yeah.
So I just did the most common sense thing. I just check and see who's the best 9th grade team in the HISD at the time. Because I'm a HISD product. And they told me Cashmere High School was undefeated at the time. I said, okay. Shoot, that's my school. Let me go watch them play. And Walter Yates Jr. was the coach of that 9th grade team. Rest in peace, Walt Jr. His dad, Walter Yates Sr., was the varsity coach. So at Cashmere High School. And that was my old school. So I went and I didn't know either one of them up close. We knew of them.
Yeah.
And I went and talked with them, told them what I'm trying to do. And at that time, guys like Walter Yates Sr., who ended up helped program his son, they couldn't stand grassroots basketball.
Really?
Oh, absolutely not.
Why not?
It just did not like it, and it was nothing I could tell him. And I finally was able to convince him seriously to that, by me being a Cashmere guy, that I'm doing something to get these kids out the community. Yeah. And if they undefeated now, I say, Coach, all I need, I'm not a basketball guy. I just know I can provide opportunity. All I need you to do is show me 3 things. Show me your press breaker, show me your press, and give me an out of bounds play. And I'm gonna call it just whatever you call it. That way now the kid's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And I think, and so ended up, I said, I need your starting 5. He said, no, we ain't got no starting 5. We got a starting 8. I said, oh, but I don't really need it. So I had to take 8 players.
Really?
Office, yes.
So you took a whole.
I had to take 8 of them. He wasn't gonna let me take 5.
Yeah.
And I took 8 players. So it's I took them. I needed more. People kept telling me about this one kid at Booker T. Washington. We need to go and see. I say, and I let a week go by. This February now. Season's at the end.
Right.
And so finally I go to Booker T. Washington High School and watch this kid that they talking about. And this kid, he scores like 60 points in this game I see. Last game of the season. Kid named Tack Minor. His folks was in the building, in the gym, and they were playing this game, and I got cut into the folks and talked with them, explained to them. Booker T. Washington, mind you, they don't really take kindly to Cashmere folk.
So is that a neighborhood? What is it? A neighborhood rivalry? Is it just
yeah, from back in the days. They don't really like Cashmere. It ain't like you hate them.
Yeah.
But you really don't really. You're northeast. They're north. But anyway, they end up letting Tack come play.
Yeah.
So then I ended up getting my cousin Wayne, had a 6'10" kid from Lake Charles, Louisiana. He ended up moving to Houston and enrolling in Heritage Christian. And he ended up, and I ended up snowballing a team together. Yeah. We ended up being pretty good. We were the only team that 9th grade year to beat the Houston Hoops, 15 and under. They hadn't lost a game maybe in the whole 2 years.
Who was on that
in
team?
Texas.
Who was on that team?
From the Hoops?
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins.
Okay.
These are 9th graders playing 15U.
Gotcha.
Indy Eby.
Oh,
Michael Yume, who went to Hightower High School, class of 2003.
Yeah.
He played for in the Olympics twice with one of the African teams. Lanny Smith was on that team. Hightower High School. Yeah. Went to state 2 times under Greg Wise. Came out in 03. Had a football kid, a star named Tony Hills from A-Leaf Elsick. He ended up playing in the NFL. You had Michael Rose. His uncle was the coach at BYU. They were stacked.
Yeah.
And they were kicking, they were Houston Hoops, but we were kicking butt, making noise. There was no social media. The word was just spreading around Houston about this 1500 team and this kid Tack Minor from the north side.
Yeah.
Nobody and everybody's got to realize there wasn't no social media. So we was like, and I had made, I'm from the street, so I'm talking a little smack, and we don't care about no hoops. I don't know Kendrick Perkins and Indy Eby. I just heard they was tall. There's a couple of tall cats. One kid, I swear to you, I don't know. You got to realize. So I don't know. I'm just submerged into this stuff.
Right.
Dude, them dudes walked in that gym, and because my cousin, y'all can beat them.
Yeah.
Greg Wise opened the gym at Hightower High School. It was a special grudge game between the Houston Hoops 15 and under and the Hayes Select team, my team. Now, we picked up one player that might have been in the 10th grade. I didn't know no better. My cousin told me that the kid was young. I don't know no better because we needed something. And this kid went to Hastings High School. Name was Sam Bird.
Yeah.
So we picked Sam Bird, played that one game with us. We beat the Houston Hoops in that game. Put an asterisk by it. We won that game.
Right.
Tack Minor had 43.
Wow.
And he was born on that day because after then they tried like hell to get him to play
with the Houston
Hoops,
yeah.
which he eventually ended up doing 2 summers later.
Yeah.
So the following year, we go to nationals, and the team didn't go. I still went, and when I get there, one of my best friends from college, Mike Lindsay, we went to TSU together. He's from Detroit. The 16 under nationals was in Detroit that year. He tells me, when you get up there, I got one of my buddies, good friend, get with him. He gon', and he gonna look out for you, because my kid Mike had heard about this kid Tack down there.
Yeah.
And he might have seen him, I think, by then. So anyway, I get down to the gym, get in the rental car, get to the gym. And as I'm going in, I call him, and he answered the phone. It was Vince Baldwin.
Wow.
And so Vince Baldwin.
Hold on. You got to tell him who Vince Baldwin. I mean, we know, because we know who Vince Baldwin is.
Vince Baldwin he's a scout for the New York Knicks now, but Vince Baldwin is one of the pioneers of scouts in the basketball world, especially in the amateur basketball sector.
And especially black scouts.
He's definitely one of the most prominent black basketball scouts there is. You can't tell the story of grassroots basketball on the scouting service side without mentioning Vince Baldwin.
Yeah.
Vince Baldwin and John Stovall, at that time, they both had a service together, a magazine together called Prep Spotlight.
Yeah.
Actually was the inspiration to me ever doing a magazine was from Vince Baldwin, John Stovall. Yeah. That's how I looked at them, and I looked at it, brought one home, and by the time I landed off the plane, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. But anyway, I met Vince Baldwin. He says, man, look, I heard so much about you, man. If you Mike Lindsay's guy, you my guy.
Yeah.
He said, by the way, I'm in between games. You got a minute? You can come. I'm gonna get some meat. I'm starving. You know, back then I guess they ain't do no hospitality rooms back in those days. So I hop in the car with VB, and we going to get something to eat.
Yeah.
True story. Before we can get to the restaurant, first of all, before we get to the freeway, he looks over at me. He say, so tell me about this kid, Tech Minor. He already knew about this kid.
Yeah.
I got my spiel, I'm gonna put my spiel in, you know, and I wasn't even thinking about what's about to happen over the next 10 to 15 minutes before we get to the restaurant.
Yeah.
I tell him about Tech Minor, you know, of course he had already checked you know, knowing how this stuff go now.
Yeah.
He had already checked, did some homework, found a person or two. So Vince Baldwin said, listen, I'm gonna put you on the phone with somebody, with my boss. And I want you to tell him what you told me.
Yeah.
So VB calls a number, and he's talking, and he give me the phone, and it's George Raveling on the phone.
Wow. You got to tell him who George Raveling is.
George Raveling at the time was the director of grassroots basketball.
Yeah.
During that time.
For Nike, right?
Nike. He ended up going over to international basketball side. And he's in the Hall of Fame, the Naismith Hall of Fame.
Very much so.
And D. George Raveling, Google it. He's like, man, he's like he's the uncle that I never had.
Another black pioneer.
Absolutely, without question.
Yeah.
You know, so George is talking to me. I'm like, all of this is happening so fast. I had just met Vince Baldwin literally 15 minutes ago, shook his hand, we're in his car, we're rolling through Detroit to the restaurant, and he's spoken to me and got me on the phone with George Raveling. And after George Raveling, he said one thing, he said, can you get him to Indiana in a week? Like the next weekend.
Yeah.
Can you get him to Indianapolis, Indiana? You know, say, yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. We can get him there.
Yeah.
That was the location for the Nike All-America camp. At the time, you had two prominent camps. Adidas had ABCD camp in Teaneck, New Jersey. Nike would have the All-American camp in Indianapolis, where it's right down around the corner from the headquarters of the NCAA.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow. He's like, so he get the address, or he don't get. He tell me, at that time everybody's not emailing wasn't prominent back then.
Right.
Everybody didn't have emails. We talking about
a whole different world.
Yeah. So it's like, well, we're gonna get so and so the address. We'll mail the paperwork to you overnight at FedEx or whatever, and we'll fill it out, and then we get him in the camp.
Right.
So mind you, the camps like that is invite only. This is All-American camp.
Yeah.
Tech Minor is in the 10th grade at this time. That camp is primarily for 11th graders going to the 12th grade.
Yeah.
They had a spot open up, and they gave it to Tech Minor. So you know how you do, if you ever did camps, you got a late entry, something like that, you just throw him on the team, especially a kid that's 5'10" at that time.
Right.
In the 9th grade, he's about 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". So they just throw him on the team because he's, he don't fit the measurables.
Right.
They've never heard of him in their life.
Yeah.
So you stick a kid like that on a team that's already, that you're gonna watch.
Yeah.
Let me see, because now Vince Baldwin done co-signed for Tech Minor.
Yeah.
To his boss. So that means now for you to co-sign for this midget to come get in this camp, he better perform.
Nah, for real. You right about that.
So they stick Tech Minor on the 5-on-5 team. Back then they played 3-on-3 and they played 5-on-5.
Yeah.
His 5-on-5 team happened to be on the team with the most popular guy under the Nike umbrella at that time.
Who was that?
Remember, we're talking about this is summer of 2001.
Okay.
Amari Stoudemire
Yes, stat.
had a documentary of cameras following him all around the gym. So they stuck him on the team with Amari Stoudemire.
That's crazy, actually.
That means everybody's watching Amari Stoudemire.
Right.
Indirectly, who you going to see while you watching Amari Stoudemire? A kid whose name not even in the doggone paperwork.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was a late entry.
And Tack was just buzzing through that thing. And Amari, stat, he's tough. So
Yeah.
tough attracts tough.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, so they hit it off, and that was the beginning of him being born on a national scale.
Yeah.
Because that same camp, his 3-on-3 team won first place.
Okay.
No, 3-on-3, that's toughness.
That is very much so.
So on his 3-on-3 team,
Yeah.
it was 4 players on every 3-on-3 team. I can't remember I want to say one of them was from Chicago named Raheem Nichols or something like that. Some people gonna remember that. I might chop the name up a little bit.
Yeah.
He was about 6'6", 6'7". You had a guard named J.J. Redick.
Come on. From Virginia, too.
And you had a tough SOB that was total, just personified for a 3-on-3 type game.
Yeah.
Because you already know Tack tough like that. Yes, we grew up playing 3-on-3.
Right.
Grew up playing that in the park. But you had P.J. Tucker.
Yeah.
So you had P.J. Tucker, Tack Mine. They playing straight bully ball.
I was gonna say.
And then kick it out to J.J. Redick. So it was like that team.
Yeah.
And that he fit past the measurables. And that's so what I did is how did the cheat sheet perform? So after doing that, that's when college coaches, all of a sudden, my phone started going crazy.
Yeah.
I became so popular, understanding because people want to know from the high majors.
Right.
Who's this Tack? No, hey, we saw this Tack Mine. I'm the contact person.
For Tack Minor. Yeah.
Back then in the coaches packets, unless you went to like Nike All-American camp, and even if you did, the summer coach who put him there, they would put his number in for the contact for the kids back then.
Right.
That was a common thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't just get to the mama and the daddy.
Right.
Back in those days, you had to go through them layers, and that's the way the system was. So, and with me, coaches were calling me, wearing me out. Literally just wearing. So I became popular.
So hold on, this is the era. We got no Twitter, aka X.
Yeah.
No Instagram, no Facebook. Cell phones.
You had cell phones back then, yeah.
Okay, we had cell phones, but we had long distance minutes on the phone.
You had some plans.
You had the phone plan.
You had
all that.
plans.
So
You had
it's
plans.
a completely different era when we're talking about recruiting basketball at the time.
Yeah.
So they really made a lot of effort to get to you about Tack Minor.
Yeah, but coming out of that camp, you got to realize, when people see the new kid on the block, you're gonna get favor from all around but then either people liked him or they didn't.
Right.
And that was the thing, because if you like certain types of kids, then you was like, he's a dog. People call him dogs.
He's a dog, yeah.
Everybody don't like dogs.
Yeah.
If they do, some people like poodles, and then some people like pit bulls. You did?
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Tack was a snapper.
We're gonna put a bookmark right there.
So anyway, that year is when my phone, people would call me, and if they asking about Tack, then indirectly they would say, man, what else you got down there? What else down in Houston, man? I know, because you got to realize this is in 2001.
Yeah.
So this is 1 year after Willow Ridge High School had went up to Delaware and won slam dunk to the beach. Before they went back again and won and duplicated it.
Right.
So Willow Ridge High School had already hit that door.
Yeah.
Texas, this is the turn of the millennium.
Yeah.
So coaches had a theory or a myth out there, those kids won't leave the state.
Right.
Which was the biggest. That's the truth in the eyes of the person who don't know what they're doing as a coach.
Yeah. So obviously I'm in Dallas. We're in Houston. You're in Houston. Texas, have we already? You saying we knocked at the door, or were we already was the whole country coming here for prospects?
No. We were right there because when Willow Ridge won the first time, everybody said it was luck.
Oh wow!
Everybody said it was luck.
Willow Ridge with
everybody around the country.
TJ Ford,
not us. I'm talking about the guys on the East Coast.
Outside of here, TJ Ford.
It was luck.
That's crazy.
No, seriously.
That is crazy.
So then most of those guys played together in the summer.
Okay.
At least 5 of them.
Yeah.
Played together with the Houston Superstars with John Urey.
Okay.
That summer. So they logged all those de facto practices.
Yeah.
John Urey was a school teacher at Willow Ridge when TJ Ford then was there.
You know he loving you saying his name on this right now.
He just.
You know Yuri loving you saying that name on this show right now, and we're not gonna hear the end of this when I see him next.
Well, I can also give you a little known fact about that team as well.
Come on.
That team, as great as it was, talent-wise, I don't think they won over 2 tournaments the whole summer.
Really?
I don't think. I challenged John Urey to go put it on.
Put it on X.
Over the whole summer.
You like posting and talk. You heard him. He challenges you to put it up.
Major tournaments. Now, I'm talking about if you went and played at the YMCA in Third Ward or somewhere and you won some stuff.
We're talking about big.
If you went outside of Houston, I don't think they won. Well, you can count one. You can count the Kingwood Classic. They lost to Carlos Hurt that summer.
That's a name that people forget.
Carlos Hurt, Marcus Spears, Michael Rhodes, Stanley Osumnu, and those boys.
Yeah.
Dante Stiggers. They lost to them that summer in the Kingwood Classic.
So when it comes to there's a few things you touched on, but independent.
One thing.
I got you. Go ahead.
I was right there at it.
Okay.
You asked me how.
Oh, yes.
How did this cheat sheet come about?
Yeah.
After that, some of the coaches were ringing my phone. They would start asking me the oldest trick in the book. When the coach calling you about one kid, and then you give him that intel, and you're feeling so like that's your buddy, so he gonna ask you about other kid, you're giving him intel on another kid.
Yeah.
But man, you got this kid, you got that kid, you got this kid, so you gave him all this other intel for free.
Yeah.
So then it made me, one of the guys pulled me to the side and said, man, they pay for that.
Right.
You can get, that's a scholarship, they pay for that. I say, so really? So this book that I'm holding right now, the first one.
That's an original.
Yeah, seriously. The Recruiter's Cheat Sheet. First ever issue.
2001 it says on there.
You know what I did with this book when I made this? Like I said, I told you guys that it folds over sideways and it fits in your back pocket. And it really did to a lot of the coaches.
That's great.
What I did with this book, I printed them and I went and I posted up back then it was called the Black Coaches Association.
Yeah.
I went to their annual convention. I found out what it was, posted up in the lobby, and I gave these things away free of charge.
What is that mindset? I
handed them out like I was the newspaper boy, just handing them out because I knew at that time.
Yeah.
Remember, I said it's coming out of this is 2001 in the fall. So after that summer was over, so I'm putting this together in the fall.
Yeah.
I knew at that point that the candle was lit. And we heard that DFW was lit too, and DFW thought, and some people in DFW thought that they was ready. They were one more year behind.
Gotcha.
We was 2000 and 2001.
Yeah.
DFW was 2002.
Absolutely.
Dallas Lincoln with Chris Bosh.
Exactly.
And Hopkins and all those boys. Then you had D. Will, you had Bracy Wright. All those guys 2002.
Ordnance, Cedar Hill.
But then they thought they were going to meet at the state championship. Willow Ridge escaped and the Colony didn't.
Yeah.
But back this is how this stuff was born, this cheat sheet. I started to put this stuff together. I gave it away for free. I invested in myself.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, during that time, the Kingwood Classic was hot.
Yeah.
Hal Pastner, no matter what, if you did, you had to come through Houston. You had to come through Houston. If you didn't want to, you had to come through Houston.
Yeah.
Because if you build it, they'll come.
Right.
And of course, you know, during that time, you had the Academy National Invitational, was a scholastic event, which would later become Houston versus the Nation.
Yeah.
So people came in the scholastic, the Oak Hills and the St. Pat's of the world, and they came in the non-scholastic.
Yeah.
And what I did was, that was a live period back then. And I capitalized, because those coaches, by me giving the books away, you know, a hard copy.
Yeah.
I go to one of the bars that had a live band, and I work out a deal so that I say, back then everybody carried business cards. I say, coach, I got some college coach gonna come in, they gonna spend money, they gonna buy some juice.
Yeah.
But they can't stand in line.
Right. That's a fact.
So I worked the deal out with the Scott Gerdner's Sky Bar. Rest in peace, Scott Gerdner, passed away a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Legendary musician out of Houston, you know. And I worked the deal out to where any of my coaches, if they had their business card, they knew it. They don't have to stand in no line. That line be wrapped around the building on a Friday or Saturday or Wednesday night for the Sky Bar. It would be on the roof of a building looking in the shadows of downtown.
Yeah.
And that thing was popping, because now the coaches that would come to the Sky Bar,
yeah,
they would go back to tell their buddies, their colleagues, hey man, that cheat sheet, because they had a cheat sheet book. They can't remember my name. That cheat sheet, man, told me, man, cheat sheet, man, he got it going on down in Houston. Man, cheat sheet, man, you got to get to H-Town. They got players down there.
Yeah.
Because while they here, they see we got to play. They see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember now, that Tech Minor and Indy Eby and Kendrick Perkins, they went to 10th grade then.
Yeah.
So that means TJ Ford, them in the 11th going to the 12th grade then.
Right.
So that means right behind Tech Minor, my credit was still good with Nike, because now it's like credit. My credit score good. My FICA score good right now. I'm good right now with Nike. Vince Baldwin got him a pay raise. He good. They got boxes coming. They got boxes coming to the high. FedEx got know my name and everything.
You got all the sneakers, all the gear.
Oh, I mean, just because that's how it went back then.
That was the name of the game. Yeah, for sure.
And I might be the only guy. I ain't gonna say I was the only guy that didn't have a sneaker program. I had to think about it. Of course, I met George Rattle, and he, you know, immediately hit it off with me, because the kid lived up to the hype. But hell, a year later, within a year, Sonny Vaccaro, he's reached out and summoned me up in Vegas to come and meet him.
Yeah.
I meet Sonny, same thing. What about this Tech Minor? You know, they won't tack on the Adidas side. I stayed loyal to the Nike side and didn't bite. He respected it. We were good all the way through. Chris Rivers as well. Man, we great friends to this day. And that's one of the things, like a lot of relationships that I got from back in those days, I never compromised the relationships, because you just simply be you, which I'm real and was real. But I know one thing, when people say, well, they saw Tech, well, what else you got down there? And by that time, we had another kid coming in the shoot in class 2004. That had just, and he was in the 9th grade that previous year. Yeah. He had just scored about maybe 30 points against that Willow Ridge team. Yeah. As a true freshman. He gave him 30. Yeah. His name was Daniel Gibson.
Daniel Gibson.
I say, we want, what nickname wasn't Booby back then. They can't. I said, we got one called Daniel Gibson. Daniel was a Fundy baby.
Okay.
The Fundy Recreation Center is one of our most historic gymnasiums in the city. Yes. It's where the old pro-am used to be at. So Daniel grew up in playing under James Clayton in the Fundy. Okay. He played with a team called the Houstonians. And then there was later a team called the H-Town something. They wore black and red, based out of over there near Westfield High School. But Daniel was the next name up. Yeah. And Daniel ended up, and in a year after then, I was instrumental in forging and putting together, having the meetings with Daniel's dad and with James Clayton. It was met with a lot of resistance because by that time, you know, realize you're talking about the south side of Houston. Daniel from Jones High School. And people from the south side, Daniel was he was clean.
Right.
You couldn't say nothing bad about Daniel. Daniel was nice. But Tack Minor was like, he was fire. Daniel was ice.
Yeah.
I put both of them together. Because I say, well, as much people at this now, if they can't stand Tack Minor, they love Daniel Gibson.
Yeah.
You can't fail. You can't fail without Daniel failing. And that thing went together.
Yep. Hold it.
So Tack Minor, Daniel Gibson. That's a hell of a backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, that team was, that was one of the best Houston Hoops teams ever. One of the top 3 best Houston Hoops teams ever was that team in that summer of 2002. They just didn't have Tack Minor and Daniel Gibson. Indy Eby was the anchor.
Yeah.
He was the main artery on that team. Indy Eby, he was very good, man.
What? Come on, man.
He was.
Come on,
he's
man.
Very, very
Come
good.
on.
Like very, very, very good.
Yeah.
6'10", face up, stretch defense out, played with a swagger. He was just as arrogant as you needed to be a mega star in basketball. African. We've had Africans that came through Houston before, you know, going all the way back to Tito Horford back in the days. But this kid, Indy Eby, was very special. He was top 5 in the country. You know, so Kendrick Perkins did not play the grassroots. He only played 3 events his last summer.
Yeah.
Kendrick Perkins did. He only played 3 events. He sit out because he had cashed all the way in with the loyalty with the Adidas side.
Yeah.
So when they didn't get Tack Minor, but they got Kendrick Perkins and Beaumont Ozan. As you look at any of their state championship pictures, they were Adidas from head to toe.
Adidas.
They wore the velour. They need to bring the velour stuff back. That velour, them units, that made you feel good and it draped on you in the weather right. You know what I'm saying?
It's too hot for velour.
It ain't never too hot for some good velour.
It's too hot for velour, man. Come on, man.
I'm trying to tell you. Say, T-Mac was hot then.
Oh, man.
You know, those fits was good. So that team had Indy Eby,
Yeah.
Daniel Gibson, Tack Minor. Give you guys a name that was on that team. And I helped put him on this team. Well, let's go first. Don't disrespect. A kid named Michael Morris, who was the first time I experienced what they call a grade exception. He was young, you know, he was a grade higher.
But he was young.
But he was young for his age.
Right.
And you had to, you know, AAU Nationals would, you know, you had to go and put all your birth certificates and stuff.
Right.
So Michael Morris was the son of the former NBA star Chris Morris.
Yeah.
Right? Michael Morris went to Colorado State. So he only could play with that team up until May.
Okay.
You know, get time to go to the prom or something.
Yeah.
You got to bail out, graduation. So he bailed out. He was a strong, with long arms. He's assistant coach at Houston Christian High School, I think, right now. Michael Morris is on that team.
Yeah.
So when he left, that was, you know, by me being an HISD guy, I was like, and there's another cat that had done well, because you was watching Booker T. Washington play with Tack Minor, you watching Daniel Gibson play with Jones, you couldn't help see this kid from Yates High School. Nobody knew about this kid.
Yeah.
His dad happened to play at TSU. I played baseball at TSU. His dad played baseball for TSU. So we finally connected and somehow got the hoops to take him.
Who we talking about?
His name is P.J. Koonsnord.
Hey, come on, man.
Nobody knew who this kid was.
Yeah.
So he filled right in for Michael Morris. Wasn't as strong. We gave up some, I say we, I mean the team, because I'm vested with emotion with that team now.
Yeah.
Nobody thought that would ever happen. Tag Minor playing for the Houston Hoops, or even Daniel Gibson playing for the Houston Hoops. I'm telling you. So PJ comes in there. We had Hugo Ihekwezu. He's a surgeon right now.
Yeah.
He went to Westbury Christian, then went to Wofford, and ended up he's a knee surgeon right now as we speak. Been doing it for over a decade. Hugo was on that team. I think Elijah was on that team. Elijah Miller was the 6'10" kid I told you about from Lake Charles, and then you had a couple other pieces that came and went. Justin Benson from Worthing High School, another HISD product that nobody knew about. He had an older brother named Frank Benson. He ended up going to Gulf Shores, I think. Justin Benson got him on that team. He was that body, that power forward.
Yeah.
He ended up getting a scholarship to New Mexico. P.J. Koonsnord ended up getting a scholarship to Wichita State.
Yeah. Where he's coaching at now.
Where he's coaching at now.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, the Candles, that doesn't necessarily happen. He's not with that team. That team kicked a whole lot of ass.
Yeah.
Oh, they kicked a whole lot of ass, because how you gonna stop? You're not trying to stop Tag Minor. You gotta worry about Indy.
Right. He's the main option.
You can't cheat off Daniel Gibson because the shot was just smooth.
Yeah.
And then you got a one-man press breaker, which was Tag Minor.
And Tag Minor.
Then you had P.J. Koonsnord, that kid, like, who the hell is this? He supposed to be the mouse in the house.
Right.
And he was punishing dudes. That team, that was fun to watch, and that's how it happened in 2004. So then we had a run at that time. Okay. Remember, so Texas now, and that's how the people around the country, how they talk about us, they'll say them Texas boys.
Yeah.
So while Willow Ridge had their back-to-back run, right? And don't get it twisted, I mentioned Stupid Superstars earlier. That Superstars team with TJ and Daniel Ewing and Kenny Taylor and all those guys, they did well, but I'm saying to you, they did not win more than 2 or 3 tournaments, period. They made it to a lot of semifinals and made it to some championships. Yeah. They did not win that many tournaments that last year.
Yeah.
I was there. I was in Chicago at the Mac Irvin tournament at DePaul University. I was there around the country. So anyway, go back to this thing right here. While Texas now is hot, because Dallas, that 2002 class was probably one of the best classes in the history of in the modern day history of DFW.
I always say
2002, it was loaded. You had about 6 guys that played in the NBA.
I think that's my class. So
2002?
2002. So I had Ike Diago in my district, played a guard.
Yes.
We went and played the Horton boys early.
Played for Detroit Pistons.
We went and played Darren and Bracy.
Yeah.
You had Brian Hopkins and Chris Bosh, and it was loaded. You had Des Willingham at DeSoto that went on to Kansas State, then came there. That to me, that was the best. I'm a 2002 kid. That's the best kid. That's the best class in DFW history.
And so that 2001 class in Houston was, I'll give that class in modern day, that's why we gotta say, you always gotta, when you start doing this, because a lot of people be so just uncannily disrespect yesteryear.
Right.
Because they don't even know nothing about yesteryear. So don't just say ever.
Right.
Just say in modern day history. So you got the millennium and you got before the millennium.
Yeah.
Or you want to go back, just always draw your chalk and lay it in the ground when you start making these comparisons. And I've learned that a long time ago, because no disrespect, you don't do that, because a lot of guys don't know what it was. Different types of basketball was played. You didn't have the luxuries. You couldn't even go out of the damn state and play in all-star games until 1978.
Because that wasn't allowed.
Yeah, Greg Kite from Madison High School took that to court.
You know what's crazy? I had a podcast earlier this year with Ronnie Flores of Ball is Life.
Ronnie, smart guy.
And he talked about Greg. He talked about that lawsuit, Greg Kite.
Yeah.
And I never knew. I never knew it was like that.
Yo, Madison was mostly white back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Madison and Willow Ridge was spurned out of Madison.
Okay.
Madison got a little bit black, and they started. Willow Ridge came.
Yeah.
And then they pushed them. You know how it is. You push them on. Everybody want to come in.
Right.
They were pushing out.
Right.
In Houston, that is.
When we're talking about the different generations, the different eras of basketball, how has social media changed how we view the game, how we experience the game? Like, how have you seen it change in terms of basketball, especially Houston basketball? Because your service started, like you said, at the beginning of the millennium. Now here we are, 2025. You know, it's like, you know, parents and kids, everybody got social media, they got brands, they got logos, but how did it change the game?
Well, it changes because it made now, by way of social media, a lot of people couldn't get by with not being 100% truthful. They can get by with fabricated evaluations of players. And when you're pushing it up on a coach that a lot of guys and got a lot of coaches fired. And it's funny because I talked to a lot of the college coaches, and a lot of their pain is, you know, it was business, but in some instances they trusted, installed trust, developed trust in a lot of guys on this side of the fence.
Yeah.
And the objective is to empower that coach to put him in a position to get a pay raise. He gets a pay raise if you give him a kid that's going to perform, going to be able to play and perform. Right. If he plays and performs, then the coach can get a pay raise. Right. Meaning that another school may want to pay him more money.
Right.
Because he's seeing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So that means you've helped that coach advance. If he advancing, he's still going to be using you because you're the one that feeding him the players.
Yeah.
Guys start serving coaches with bad dope. And that's what happened. And a lot of people, I'm just saying, because now it's like, I know he's good, man, but yeah, you can be good, but good ain't always good enough.
Right, exactly. Or you don't fit the system, or you don't fit the style of play.
They don't care about that. They just want that kid to be signed by so-and-so because they know that coach, and that coach going to take a gamble, and his boss going to get dead on his ass when that kid get there and he ain't what was advertised. So that's the thing about the social media. It's like anything. It serves as a blessing for many.
Right.
But social media also can be like any drug or any alcohol, any controlled substance. Your abuse of it, when you abuse it, and people have abused social media into making people think that colleges have offered their babies.
Yeah.
And they know damn well they didn't. They've abused it to make you think that this kid is ranked because now you just got fed up and you got a ghost. They have ghost ranking services out there. They have ranking services out there right now that people don't know who run it.
And it's just putting names on numbers.
You don't know who run it. It's like you just, as long as they out there, and you can go rank the kids right now and put a list out there. You're gonna get 20 retweets. They don't care who you are.
Listen, I've been thinking about that because I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Parents and kids just want to see their name on the internet. They just want to see their name on a list on the internet. They don't care who's putting the list out, their credibility, their history, their anything. They just want to see their name on the internet right now.
That's what happens. So that's the abuse of it. Now on the flip side, it served a lot of people have gotten discovered on the internet.
Yeah.
A lot of people that's being transparent and being right on the up and up.
Yeah.
Have been out there and put good dope out there.
Yeah.
And it's worked well for a lot, but it's so many horror stories in these kids, and now you start hearing stories about the depression and kids being depressed and kids as a result of basketball.
Right.
That's when it gets like, at some point, man, it's sad.
No, it really is. How has so your brand, RCS Sports?
Mm-hmm.
Where does the name come from? Where does that come from? Because you're cheat. You're a cheat sheet. We know you as cheat. But where does RCS Sports come from?
Well,
hold on, you about to go to the pocket?
No. RCS Sports. It was right in front of your eyes, and you didn't even put it together. So back when in 2001, when I came out with the recruiter's cheat sheet.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
When this is in the fall of 2001. So we get ready to go into the school systems in the school term, and a couple of the high school coaches pulled me to the side and was like, yo, Hicks, that's not a good word with the scholastic component. The word cheat, the word recruiter, that's not a good word. You got to come up with something. And I'm like, well, hell, the coaches already know the recruiter's cheat sheet. I've already flooded the streets with those names.
Right.
I'm passing them out.
Yeah.
So then I had to think fast. What can I do? I could have backed all the way on up and started over.
Yeah.
But I'm already a couple of months in. And so I just thought about it, and I'm telling you, and at the time, like I say, Hal Passner had Vision Sports. I say, well, hell, got Vision Sports. One day, I take the recruiter, the R from recruiter, the C from cheat, and the S from sheet, and I make RCS Sports.
Yeah.
And that's how it came about. And I made that, and that became my website, and that's how RCS Sports was born. I went and got the DBA. See, I didn't have I launched them without the DBA.
Where does you seem to have a lot of self-belief, a lot of faith in yourself. Obviously you said, you come out of the streets. But where does that come from? Where does that drive come from? Where does that self-belief, where does it come from that you're gonna just spend however much you spend on this and I'm just gonna give it away?
You mean, you saying this, you mean?
I mean, the brand, look, we have additions. We have additions. You've built a whole business.
I never took no class in publishing a magazine.
Yeah. So where does all that come from? Is it,
I didn't major, I didn't took not one journalism class in college. This is, when I see something, and I saw that magazine from Vince Baldwin and John Stovall, and I thumbed through it on the airplane on the way back from Detroit, and I knew I could do that.
Yeah.
Well, and it goes all the way back to grade school. You got to realize, my mom was a school teacher for 37 years. My mother taught Robert Parrish in the first grade up in Shreveport, Louisiana, and
wow.
I was the kid. My mom was the only of 10 siblings. She was the only one to graduate college out of her 10 siblings. That was always. I was smarter than most.
Yeah.
So you got to realize, I had to go to Vanguard school. I'll put it like this: I'll tell you how smart I was. I'll tell this true story. I kept a report card and I lost it in the flood back in 2002 when they had the big flood in Houston.
Yeah.
I'm the only person that I know, and probably the only person that you know, that has ever made straight A's and straight U's on a report card. That's how you know how routine, how devastatingly smart you got to be to make straight A's and straight U's. Back then you didn't get like one conduct grade. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about straight A's and straight U's.
I almost spit my drink out. I can relate though. I can relate.
I ain't say a P. Wasn't no P in there. Right. I made straight U's. One. Back then you got to report cards every 6 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
Then it changed to 9 weeks later on in life.
Yeah.
You gotta let that soak in.
Yeah.
Cause that means the teacher don't want you in there because she got to give you a U.
Right.
You a teacher's kid. So a teacher got to talk to a teacher about their kid being that bad.
Right.
Because I got through with the work that fast and kept up noise in the classroom so that other people couldn't get their work done. But then when she go grade mine, I got a damn 100.
Right.
So I mean, they got to get me out this classroom.
That makes sense though. While you're on television, you do your show, you talk, like it's been in you.
So that's like where it comes from. I went to River Oaks Elementary. They had to bust my ass River Oaks to go to elementary school.
Yeah.
After they first sent me to an ecology school to study some plants in the East End, then ended up going to River Oaks Elementary.
Yeah.
And so, you got something inside you. You say I've always been the guy that's been smart enough and smart and the guy that a lot of people would shortchange because they have no earthly idea just how, like this game right here.
Yeah.
I used to play 2 or 3 people at one time on that.
Yeah.
I was world class in this shit in chess.
Yeah.
So I was that dude. I was the guy that did the Rubik's Cube. I was the fastest guy with the Rubik's Cube that on my, in class or at school or on my block.
Yeah.
I was that dude at one little span. So I've always had it in me.
Yeah.
It just now is a slower pace, and so it's a drive. Whenever I think somebody don't realize, I'm like, man, you don't realize. But one thing that, like, to a fault, I grew up as the only son, and my sister still lived in Shreveport when I was young.
Yeah.
I stayed with mom. So I guess the difference than me not ending up a different route with that academic component is that I didn't have a dad or a man, period, in my household.
Yeah.
My mom, she would not compromise and she never got another man and brought him in household with me.
Yeah.
So that's to a fault, because if I had a man in the household, he'd have been that man to be like, where you think you're going?
Right.
Yeah, man, you not, get your ass back in that room.
Right.
You ain't going to meet the fella. No, boy, I know what you're trying to do.
Right. Speaking of men, like having a man in your life and the power of a basketball dad. You've met hundreds, thousands. You've met thousands of basketball dads. We now have in culture, we want to focus on the problematic or focus on the problems of a basketball dad. But what role does a dad play in this world of basketball that we're in?
I mean, the male is always a strong role. Just that, once again, you can abuse anything. Most people, you got to realize, even if you played basketball in college or you played overseas, you were a pro.
Yeah.
This basketball, this new arena of recruiting,
Yeah.
can bring them to their knees, because them the ones that really think that they got it all mapped out. Them the ones that think they got you could have all them connections. You got it mapped out. You were this supreme.
Yeah.
And you get a kid can come through and the system can kind of just bump him around like a pinball. That could be just devastating to certain dads, because you want to be you the protector, and many of them, that's talking about the ones that's played and got the experience.
Right.
Okay, those are the minority. What about the majority? Is the ones that work on his job and that's taking care of his family and didn't play sports in college.
Right.
But you got a kid that may be halfway talented.
Yeah.
Well, that parent is more times than not, that parent have not read the blueprint or been schooled or has the understanding of what he's about to face in recruiting.
Yeah.
And so but at the same time, you still gotta be the protector.
Of your kid.
Still gotta be the provider.
Yeah.
And you don't know, and so you're gonna trust somebody with access to your kid, to your talent, to your commodity,
Yeah.
and not knowing they're gonna abuse that without you being included in the loop when it comes time to have certain conversations.
You think we give him a hard time?
Give who all time?
Basketball dads. Kind of maybe the overprotective, the over the top guys. You know what I mean? I can't put a word to it, but you know, I deal with them in Dallas, you deal with them in Houston. I mean, you dealt with them longer than I have.
I mean, I done seen them come and go, but
Yeah.
you know, more times than not, this basketball has a way of humbling everybody. So, with that being said, you know, the basketball dads, that's their kid, their name on those kids' birth certificate.
Right.
And you're in the gym, and most of the time that mom is in that gym too.
Yeah.
What kind of man are you? You don't just let somebody just walk over your kid in the gym?
Right. Nah, that's real. That's real.
So, but there's a but now with this new generation.
Yeah.
My thing is, my plea is for a lot of the parents to give these kids a chance to solve more problems. The parents want to solve the kids' problem.
Yeah.
And that's you know, like I say, you retain the right to raise your kid however you want.
Right.
But how do you know what kind of problems he can solve if you gonna jump out the stands and run on the floor just cause a kid pushed your kid? He pushed him.
Right.
You want to see if your kid how he gonna respond? Your kid might be that kid that say, you know what? I got something for his ass in about 2 more possessions. You want to see if your kid, you don't even know if your kid got it in you or not.
Right.
Got him in him or not.
Yeah.
See if he got it in him.
Yeah.
You don't know what these kids got in them because parents are so quick to jump out and protect them.
Yeah.
Oh no, ain't nobody gonna hit my. Your kid might have some real hands. You be like, where the hell did he get that from? I'm just saying, though, seriously.
No, really, I get it.
Many parents don't know, and that's my plea. What type of problem solvers they have.
Yeah.
And that would be the but on it. I get the other stuff, it's sad, but I know that in most cases, most of those, they gonna get just what they asking for.
Right.
Cause this game ain't gonna be fair, ain't gonna be kind to them.
Not at all.
See, there's an old saying. When the talent is greater than the problem, you will be tolerated. But once the problem becomes greater than the talent, then your ass is expendable. That's in all walks of life.
Wow.
That's for sure.
Prep versus high school. I know in Dallas, every year now, we have 20 kids going to prep school, leaving traditional high school, going to prep schools, EYBL Scholastic. I hear New Balance has got a circuit. I hear Adidas has got a circuit on the high school thing now. Everybody's trying to develop this elite level of high school basketball. How do you feel about high school versus prep? Do you have any feelings about it?
It's the new now. It's the new now. So the guys that ain't ready to revolve, how do you guys revolve? Who putting all your chips in the middle of the table on one kid now? You know?
Yeah.
Them the ones that's going, you gotta, and that means because you putting your chips in the middle of the table on one kid, that means on the top ranked kid, that means the second, third, fourth, and fifth, they watching you. They see you. Okay. That's you, okay. You showing them love, okay. And parents, in basketball parents, don't nobody hold no grudges like them.
You ain't lying.
Tell you.
I got somebody mad at me right now.
Nobody hold no grudges like them.
Man, you not lying.
Kids,
Yeah, for real.
when they get old enough to understand, they believe, somebody lead them to believe that you have you deliberately underranked them,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, you get a life sentence
Oh man,
for a misdemeanor.
you're not lying about
So
that.
that's the thing. So, you know,
Are you for it, against it? What are you?
I mean, it's the new now. Nike was the sneaker conglomerate that knocked the trees down in that forest
Yeah.
and tilled the ground for the scholastic component circuit to be born. So of course the other ones got to follow suit. The other sneaker company, because you're gonna lose all the ground in the scholastic season, because now like Nike, they don't care who you play with in the summer.
Right.
They get you in the school system season. They got 2 chances to get you now.
Yeah. I never really thought of it that way.
They got 2 chances.
That's very true.
So where you gonna run? You gotta come see me on the way up on, unless you're gonna be just blatantly loyal
Right.
and avoid what we got over here.
Yeah.
You gotta come see it. So that's all they can do right now. It's the only thing they can fight back. At least you can fight back and have your own stuff during the scholastic season. So I'm not mad at it,
Yeah.
because if a kid is from DFW and he goes over to Montverde, y'all still claim Cade Cunningham, didn't you?
We sure do.
Right?
#1 pick. We sure do.
You still claim Jordan. You still
We
claim
sure
Jordan.
do.
You still claim Jordan Walsh when he left and went that same year.
Sure do.
Right?
We sure do.
Okay, so you cherish those memories.
Yeah.
Long as those kids, when you start looking at hometown, now when that stuff changes, that's when I'll pay attention.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, damn, he don't claim, he claiming Florida now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It say hometown. It ain't say where you live.
Right.
Your hometown still supposed to be where you from. So I don't feel no way on that. That's the new now. It's different type of, for the families that are benefiting from this stuff.
Yeah.
And the kids that are benefiting from this stuff, they got NIL in certain states. If you had a kid that was that fortunate to go and get a check that's more than what you and your wife making in a year, and you can go, and your kid can go get that thing in for 6 months, come on, you can't be mad at that. That's what especially the way the world is going. I'm not mad at this stuff.
Speaking of NIL, getting to the bag. We've always been getting to the bag, but it's been behind the scenes. Now it's on Main Street. How do you feel about NIL? And what's your craziest story of getting to I know you got some stories of people getting to that money. You don't even got to say names. I just want to know a crazy story.
I mean, NIL, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
The kids go and get it. If you're gonna get it, and most people, my thing is just be smarter of people, or the parents, the families making decisions on who you are yielding and including to have more control over your babies than you have.
Yeah.
And if more parents, you start prepping these kids, what's going to happen? Then that way it don't seem like the other person, the third party, is sneaking or creeping with conversations with your kid. You got to go and prep them. It's going to happen, but then also let the third party know. Look, we're gonna talk every Tuesday. This is a meeting. We're gonna brief us like this. Run. If that's your commodity, that's your talent, then that means the parents got to become small business operators and operating that business.
Yeah.
And then what happens is the third party come in and say, well, I do this for a living. I know y'all don't know what you're doing. They ain't got to know what they're doing. We got a president that, never mind. But but you guys understand, you don't have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
To have trust in a person that's supposed to know what they're doing to keep me informed.
Yeah.
And not make me dumber by the day with what's going on. And that's the thing. The people think, well, you won't understand this. No, you're not. And then the parent that becomes that involved the system has a way of calling them as a problem. Because they want to know what's going on. What that mean right there? They want to know what's going on.
Right.
Then they become a problem. So, that part there is parenthood. I guess that's a tough thing. Just make better decisions and vetting the people.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do.
You were inducted into the Hall of Fame. What Hall of Fame were you a part of?
PVIL.
PVIL Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. What was that feeling like?
PVIL was like the Negro Leagues for Texas back in the days, huh?
But what does it feel like? Your work being recognized by a board of people that selected you to be a part of their Hall of Fame. Did you ever think that Jim Hicks would be a part of a Hall of Fame?
I think, man, when they put you in the Hall of Fame, that means that means the plane about to land soon. That's what that means. You dig? So, that was probably that was in 2022.
Yeah.
And that was special because for my contributions to the basketball community, I didn't start doing this stuff for money. Remember I told the story why I started. I gave you guys, my cousin asked me to volunteer, give back to the community with a basketball team. So I came into that. Now, as you coming through along the way, you start seeing stuff that you were naive to.
Right.
And you start learning things like, oh, snap. Oh, shoot. That's what they're doing. Yeah. So you start getting smarter in this, but the Hall of Fame thing, that was one of the highlights of my life for sure, because not many people in the Hall of Fame from this side of the fence.
Yeah.
And not many. You can count them on one hand that are in for contribution to the. That's a lot of consistent work, giving back, helping the community. Different back to school drives, getting kids out of jail, doing testimony, being character witnesses for judges while kids are on trial. Different things along the way.
Yeah.
And that's the end result. That's the payoff for the work that you put in to the community and giving back. And that's one of the things why I've been like a soldier, vigilant soldier, adamant in just trying to stress for other people to give back in their communities.
Yeah.
And if more people just give, just try it. Take a kid to give, just try it. And the feeling that you're gonna get inside of you is undescribable, because how good it's gonna feel of when you go and you do a random act of kindness for somebody. And that's another thing. You mentioned the Hall of Fame. That came in 2022. I guess the prerequisite came in like 2017, I would think. And that's I want to say 2017. This is a program from 2017. This is the annual humanitarian awards in Houston. There's only one of these.
Really? Let me see that.
They pick different people. You can look at in 2017. That's when I was a recipient of the humanitarian award in Houston. And once I got that inducted into the Hall of Fame, David Dennis and the Trivia Dennis, who operates those awards, the Random Act of Kindness Award, they were actually present when I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's when it hit. It's like, wow, that was the work, the job well done.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you try to do good and everybody don't always acknowledge, because the basketball element turns so many people into monsters. And And it's like at the end of the day, and you go and you ask them, well, why you don't like him? They don't even really know.
Right.
They done forgot.
Right.
They just don't like him because he wore Nikes and they wore Adidas. You didn't like him because your favorite color is red and mine might be blue.
Yeah.
And you get a life sentence. See, black folk, we quick to give each other a life sentence for jaywalking. But then it come to other people, they get probation, case dismissed, case dismissed, case dismissed. We get life sentences.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's real true.
So that's how I feel on that topic in regard to that Hall of Fame. That was epic. And that means at the same time though, other people got work to do. Other guys got work to do. And that's the thing, if you're really, really trying to make a difference, people's going to notice and they're going to acknowledge and they're going to see what you're trying to do in your community.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. How many people in the basketball community then got them type of honors?
Nah, that's true. It's not very many.
So they got work to do.
Yeah. What does Houston mean to you? You're like you kept saying, I'm an HISD, I'm an HISD guy. But what is Houston? What is Houston? The 713. What does that mean to you? Hold on. Is it seven? Hold on. Is it 713?
Yeah, that was the first. That was the
That's the first one.
original.
713. Okay, I just want to make. Cause I know you got 281.
We got a few of them. We got
you
about
do.
5 or 6.
But it's 713 is the original.
Yeah, that's the original.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, Houston, H-Town is different people's born on different sides of town.
Yeah.
I grew up in 5th Ward.
Okay.
Then moved into outskirts of 5th Ward, which is of Homestead. So that's Rosewood. So people, you got different Scenic Wood, Riverwood, Northwood Manor. You got Houston Gardens. You got Rosewood. So that's a whole different arm. But my adolescent upbringing was right there in 5th Ward, 2408 Lee Street.
Yeah.
And so that's where I learned how to shoot dice, play 4, 5, 6, pity pat, tonk. I learned how to go and I'm talking about for a nickel and we used to play for a penny.
Yeah.
And a nickel when we was young.
Yeah.
I learned how to shoot pool. I learned how to do all those things that all of my relatives would profess in and do. So I learned that. I learned how to play cards and like you learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have no video games to play.
Yeah.
So you either played and the park wasn't, you had to plan to go to the park back in those days. You had to put your goal up on a piece of wood and get another piece of wood and nail that to the wood, put it in a tire or something, or put it up against a tree. That's how you learn. That's how you play basketball in 5th Ward.
Yeah.
Unless you plan to go to the park, that means you go in a group to walk to the park. And so, but that's Houston, H-Town, plenty of memories, because a lot of the people you grew up with, and I think it was good for me because I was a good person. If you're a bad person, it's gonna beat you to wherever you go.
Right.
You're gonna have problems in life, here and there. So I was good enough a person that even arch rivals in high school, middle school and high school, would be lifelong buddies at this age now.
Yeah.
In life. So, H-Town has been good. You gotta realize, I'm in rare air. Got no biological kids. I got no living parents. I got no living grandparents. And I'm the last person on the planet for my tree that last name is Hicks. So, as I said earlier, that Hall of Fame induction, they basically telling me, man, your clock ticking, man. So that's what they're telling me now. So now I'm just gonna end the game. I'm just trying to make every shot go in, and that's what I'm doing or trying to do as we push forward.
Man, you deserve so many flowers for a someone as I'm 41, you know, but I've been watching you from a distance for a while. We met 10 years ago. The RCS Sports brand has been such an impactful, powerful brand in Texas basketball history. So we got to give you your flowers. And it's a privilege for you to be on the show with me, especially in this beautiful, undisclosed location that you that you brought us to today. Man, listen, look at that. That's so beautiful. But no, seriously, man, you have been such an impactful person in the game of basketball. For a person that's in the basketball history, that is a basketball nerd, you are someone whose story needs to be talked about. And
yeah, man, it's good stuff. Like I say, man, just if more people wouldn't let this basketball change them
Yeah.
for the worse.
Yeah.
I mean, I DFW, big what's his name, had the team, the Seawolves. What's his name?
Oh man.
It's my guy's name.
Yeah, he passed away a few years
Start
ago.
with an L. Was it L?
Oh, what is his name right now? Come on. I know.
What's my guy name in the Seawolves? I ain't got my cell phones with me.
I cannot think of his
Come on now.
My brain is not working. It's not. I know exactly who you're talking about, from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the funeral. Dane Irvin called me. Hey man, you want to go? Yeah, I'll go. We hopped on the plane and flew down there to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And for his funeral. Cynthia Guillory, she passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace.
I barely knew Cynthia.
Yeah, I know her well.
Guess where I was? Corey Henderson called me, and I let him know, man, I want to come to the funeral. He said, yeah, I'm sitting in info. He picked me up from the airport. I went to the funeral. Jazzy Harwell,
Yeah, man.
when he passed away, I drove up to Dallas, did a turnaround, went to the funeral, sit after the funeral was over with, went there to the repast at his folks, sit in the backyard, talked with his folks, like we knew each other for long. Had just met his folks maybe only one time. Big E. He passed away, went to the funeral right there in the shopping plaza that he had in DFW.
Why are you doing this right now?
You see what I'm saying? And I'm there from Houston. I'm looking, and so I'm not keeping score.
Yeah.
In life, you don't keep score of things that you're doing, you're supposed to be doing. Those are relationships. That's a pattern. So when people out here from DFW say, well, man, why y'all going down there to his event? Why you going to support him? And you don't have no damn idea. If you die tomorrow, would that guy who event you going to, would he come to your damn funeral? That's the thing, what I'm saying. People remember that stuff. People watch that stuff. Good people is going to prevail in this stuff. I'm right there. I mean, there's so many people, and that's the thing. They don't know how many people in DFW I've been in their house, I broke bread with, sit there at the kitchen tables, ate with them, fellowship with them. And those are how you cultivate relationships. Many people want to put the relationship in the microwave and think it's supposed to be like okay. Yeah. And as I say it again, in life, especially young people, if it ain't a family member, how many, you've had a lot of funerals you've been to. Especially since the COVID. I've been to more funerals in the last 15 years than I've been to my whole life. Think about this. Besides of a family member, we're not going to challenge you. We're not keeping score. That's why I'm going to push it in the future. How many people can you honestly think of that you think if they pass tomorrow that's not a relative of yours that would list you as an active pallbearer? That lets you know just how good of a, that lets you know how much work you need to do in society. I say it again. How many people do you think you can name? I'm not asking you to give me a number right now. I'm just giving you something to ponder on as you drive, as you go forward. It's how many people can you be honest with yourself that you would be surprised if they did not list you as a pallbearer, if they passed away tomorrow. So that number should be more than most people would even say.
Yeah.
But truth be told, I say that's not a relative. It's not a relative. I ain't say honorary pallbearers. Anybody help with the funeral nowadays can be an honorary pallbearer.
Right.
You can buy the potato salad, you be an honorary pallbearer. But that's the thing. I'm going all this and I get like this relationships. And you see if a person have a good relationship, then normally how I raise, respect. Respect, I got that, respect. But just come to my event next time or come give me a day. Just respect.
Right.
And when people see disrespect, they'll tend to think, okay, that's how the norm is. Some people deserve to be disrespected because they disrespect others.
Exactly. I agree with that. I'm with that 100%.
So that's the thing that, one of the things that just itches with me is that of all of the funerals, of all of the families, I've went and threw the hat around and paid and helped pay for funerals in this basketball community. People I don't even know.
Yeah.
And done, just say no name, won't embarrass the families. Done all that. That's giving back without trying to keep score.
Yeah.
It just helps. It helps satisfies my soul when I'm trying to do good stuff, and it doesn't come at a premium cost to others.
Yeah.
So,
And Jim, thank you. Really, thank you for everything. This has been it's been a great history lesson, a great interview, and just your wisdom. It is well received. It's well received. Man, this is Charles Campbell. This is On the Court, Off the Court. This is Jim Hicks, Cheat Sheet Hicks, Houston, Texas, RCS Sports. Till next time.
It is my birthday. Well, the day after my birthday. Go ahead and grab that Tennessee whiskey. Which one? That Uncle Nearest right there, huh? The Nearest drink.